I'm worried about once human seasonal wipes.
Reset to level 1 every 6
Are the
weeks?
seasons
You've got to be
really
kidding.
I'm
me.
gonna
gonna
play
be
this one
6
season.
I'm not gonna stay.
Then I'm done.
Awful decision and ruined the game for people
Not
like me.
recommended.
Not recommended.
Not recommended.
Not recommended.
So, at the end of every season, you lose all of your items. You keep your blueprints. You can't get your items back out again. They're gone. And you have a creative mode environment for between seasons. Yeah, no.
I was in another channel, and they uninstalled the game because Once Human being a rogue-lite MMO was really weird for him. It feels bad that Once Human is going to most likely lose a good amount of people for its weird season-based content. I think that he speaks for classic MMOers everywhere with that statement. That was Pirate Software, and I think that there's a lot of validity in that, because I think a lot of players that play this game are looking for that free-to-play online social experience that the game's being sold as, which a lot of times is similar to MMOs. So the only area that I would kind of disagree with that in is this isn't an MMO. It is trying to do something different. We do want the devs to experiment with different stuff. We just need to make sure that as they experiment with this other stuff, that they don't ruin the game for everyone as they do it. Meta Starrun sister here. Okay, Starrun, awesome. So here is what I was talking about earlier. So the big thing I think you guys should consider is the fact that like I have spent my playstyle is completionist, which I think you have lots of people playing. I have been streaming this. I've been playing now for 9 hours. Now, granted, 2 of those were in multiplayer recently, but if this is the first area, I still have side quests to do. I still have stuff to complete. It's going to take me another few hours to do this. This for me, just clearing the map is going to be like probably a 60+ hour experience. Giving the majority of your players 6 weeks to complete that is not very tenable. I would strongly consider, instead of resetting it 6 weeks, coming up with a system that adds. So I think the idea is cool, where every 6 weeks you guys are planning on like changing it, keeping it fresh, new content. I like that idea. But the problem is, in the current status, you're destroying the old stuff and then putting the new stuff in. You need to find a way to keep the old stuff and put the new stuff in. And that way you're making everyone happy. If you really want some kind of reset at 6 weeks, first of all, I would strongly suggest doubling that. Make it like 2-month minimum. I'm talking like maybe even 3 months. Like give parents, military, office workers, they need more time. And you have to keep in mind, not everyone is playing this game on release. The bigger this game gets, the more people are going to discover it over the next few days, or over the next few weeks. Do you really think a player is going to want to play this game at week 4 if they know it's going to be erased in 2 weeks? I know that if I entered this game and there was 2 weeks left on this, I would have zero interest in playing it. If I were to fire this up and be told that honestly, let me be real about this. Just looking at this with 6 weeks makes me want to be like, I don't know, like 6 weeks. And I play video games for a living. So the 2 big things I would consider is, first of all, fundamentally understanding that people are going to be picking up your game within the middle, and you don't want to punish them by not having enough time. And on top of that, there is definitely something to be said for when I complete these areas, when I complete this entire map, if that just gets taken away completely, then that reduces the personal accomplishment that I feel. If I know that everything I do here is going to be erased in 6 weeks, that makes me want to do it less. And I hate that feeling, and I know other people are feeling it too. So, again, I would strongly recommend, with whatever system you use, to be additive, not removing. Puffin says, tell that to Destiny. Yeah, Destiny? You're talking about the game where you can't go back and play stuff you paid for already? That Destiny?
I'll get comments about why a person quit the game. And the #1 comment, it is always sunsetting.
Yeah, it's one of the worst systems ever made that's public and private, or public and popular. So if you're using that as like, oh, look, it's fine. Yeah, no. That's one of the worst possible ways they can do it. And people have left that game because of that. So no, don't ever use them as an example of how to do things properly. In that regard, at least. Because no, that was and is still to this day a huge problem. Tell that to PoE. Okay, what Path of Exile doing does not really account for what we're doing here, because Path of Exile is a different kind of game that caters to different types of people, and it does not elicit the same things and the same types of gameplay feelings from its players. It's not like, so saying, oh, Path of Exile does it, so it's fine here. That does not fly. And for the record, the fact that you have to do the reset content every single time that PoE resets is one of the most contested things in that game. So pointing to that game and being like, it's okay, PoE does it, when that is one of the most criticized things in that game, is not really the best thing to do. When these guys do their 6-week reset, they're not just recycling the map, which is what PoE does. They're not just telling you need to repeat everything with new mechanics. The idea behind Once Human is once this season is done, the new season, from what I understand, is new content with a new story on a new map. So that is nothing like PoE at all. Actually, like, it's a completely different thing. So, but again, that raises so many questions that we don't have answers to. And I know you're already, I'm sure in chat, thinking of 1,000 questions you have when I say that. I am too.
Is it even viable for them to keep creating enough new content every 6 weeks? Like, what happens once they run out?
And here's another thing to consider. They're wanting to, like, create new scenarios every 6 weeks. They've been working on this one for years, and it's still missing animations. The main character didn't even get voiced. It's still super buggy. It's laggy. A lot of side quests have 0 voicing. The animations are buggy. The voice and lines don't line up. So, like, I have to say that there's absolutely no question that we have to be like, what is going to be the quality level of this super fast content that you're planning on putting out? So no, anyway, sorry, not to go on a tangent there, but yeah, and now I do want to be clear here. I do want to be clear. All the information I'm working off right now is from the official FAQ that we read on stream earlier. And it is important to mention that not everything is getting deleted. Starcrom, Christian, Mitsuko Marks, Stellar, Sproutlets, gear, blueprints, blueprint fragments, weapon accessories, mods, furniture formulas, cosmetics, actions, name cards, character customization data, building blueprints, main story, side story, and journey progress, and all of your friends. That is what will get moved to the new season. What's not going to get moved to the new season, though, is every bit of work that I did on this map to get all those nice little purple boxes into these nice little green check marks. All of that will be removed, which means the giant list of stuff I did and spent the last 50+ hours doing is going to disappear. And that's not a good feeling. Now, you do have Eternal Land. That's good. But it's not the same. So there's a whole lot that comes from, like, removing stuff. There's a reason, for instance, that all MMOs just keep adding on and they don't remove areas unless they absolutely have to for a lore reason or something. Like, there's a reason that in the past this has been done in a much more kind of additive format, because that's the way that I think works the best for these types of games. So anyway, that's my rant, and I will again strongly suggest that you guys rethink this plan in its current format.